Hi guys, it's Thursday evening, 7 Central, no, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Pacific. No, I've been sick all week, so I really don't even know what I'm doing. It's 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central Time, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, and 4 o'clock Pacific Time. That's what time it is. Wow. So, as I said, I've been ill the whole week. My lovely children came home from school last week. My son came home Thursday ill. Of course, then my daughter goes down Friday. So while I'm taking care of the children, they get their funk all over me and make me sick. So Sunday, I was down. Monday, I didn't get out of bed until 11 o'clock in the morning. That is insane for me. I am normally wake up around 5 or 5:30 and I just get up and do stuff. But I was just so ill, I couldn't get up. So, yeah. Love children when they do that for you. So, hello everyone. So glad that you could join me. I'm sorry that I sound a little strange. I'm actually feeling not too terrible today. I started out the day thinking I wasn't going to take any cold medicine, but about 10 o'clock this morning, it became clearly evident that I needed some cold medicine. So, Dayquil has been my friend for these past few days. It is probably the most horrible stuff on the planet. And I don't care how many times you drink it, you get sick once or twice, maybe 3 times a year or something, and you drink Dayquil, and then it's terrible. And then the next time you're sick, you drink it again, and you think, oh, it won't be so bad. It's the worst every single time you drink it. I don't care how many times you drink it or don't drink it. It's the worst. So, I do like it because I feel like the liquid works faster, so I prefer that over the pills. But anyway, so I have been down here today working on some projects, and so I do have some stuff to show you guys, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. But I normally show you like 3 things, and today I only have 2, so I apologize about that. But anyway, so I do have a little story to share with you guys. I was visiting with Teresa via email today, and I see she's on here, so hello, Teresa. And she was curious to know how I actually got started with Stampin' Up. What's my story, my Stampin' Up story? And I have told this before, but some of you may not have heard it. It was January of 2000, and I lived in Billings, Montana at the time, and my husband was working the night shift. And I was invited to a Stampin' Up! Party by a co-worker friend of mine, and I thought, what? I've never even heard of Stampin' Up! Making cards, I had no idea what that even meant, really. I was never a crafty person in my life. I've never been crafty. I could barely draw a stick man. I couldn't paint. I mean, I tried to crochet in high school in a home ec class, and I could not crochet, so the teacher let me knit and gave me a lower grade. So I'm not a crafty person. So I told her that I might go. So I hemmed and hawed all week thinking, oh, do I really want to go? No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Well, finally the day came, and like I said, my husband was working the night shift, and so I thought, I have nothing else to do, so, I might as well go. So I went. And the demonstrator, her name was June. I will never forget her. She was the cutest little, most bubbly person I think I've ever met in my life, and she was so sweet and she was so fun, and she demonstrated some projects for us like you do at a home workshop, and then we got to make some stuff. And as I was making these cards, and this is 20 years ago, and they were super simple, but I just felt like the most creative person ever, because I was actually making things. And the beauty of Stampin' Up! I discovered after I went to that party was that the art is done for you, basically. I mean, the color coordination is all there. Stampin' Up! Pulls all these colors. They tell you what colors go together. They make printed paper with these fabulous color combinations that you can use. Their artwork is amazing. They have all these coordinating products. The ink matches the paper, matches the ribbon, matches the dots. I mean, there's no room for error. And I was just hooked. And so I said to June, I'd like to do this. I'd like to have a party myself. And she said, you would? And I said, yes. And I'd never hosted a party. I'd never even had a Tupperware party. I'd never done anything like that. But I was going to have a Stampin' Up! Party. And so I did. And I will have you know, I had like 4 Stampin' Up! Parties. And I was getting a lot of free stuff. Let me just tell you, because hosting a party, you get free stuff when you're the hostess. So fast forward a few months, my husband got a job here in Wyoming. And so we had to move. And so my stamping was kind of put on hold, obviously, while we sold our home and packed up all of our stuff and moved, you know, 120 miles. Actually, it was more like 180 because we moved to a teeny little town called Moorcroft, which is even farther from where I live now. Anyway, and so I kept stamping while I lived in Moorcroft. And I didn't know anybody, so I wasn't doing any parties, and I wasn't a demonstrator at this time, so I was just a stamper. And so I stamped and stamped and stamped. And then in 2003, we moved here to Sheridan, Wyoming. And I had already had my first child. And I kind of thought to myself, you know, I think I'm going to sign up to be a demonstrator, because I was ordering from my friend in Billings who was getting it from a different demonstrator there because June had quit, and then she was mailing it to me. So I was paying the shipping from Stampin' Up! To her, and then from her to me, and it was just ridiculous. And I mean, you get 20% off if you're a demonstrator, so why wouldn't you be a demonstrator, right? If you're going to order Stampin' Up!, you might as well be a demonstrator because you get 20% off. So I said, I'm going to sign up. So I tell my husband, I'm going to sign up to be a demonstrator. He says, what? How much is that going to cost me? Of course, that would be your husband's typical response to that. Well, at the time, the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit was $300, and you did not get to choose anything. They chose it all for you. So he said, fine, go ahead. We'll see what happens. So I did. I signed up. I got my $300 I got my kit, you know, all the good stuff, which let me just tell you, if you sign up now, your kit is $99 and you get $175 value in your kit, and you pick it. Stampin' Up! Doesn't pick it for you anymore. You pick it. So it's way better now. Anyway, so I signed up to be a demonstrator. I had no intentions of doing any parties. Nothing like that. Now, this is 2003. So of course, Facebook wasn't around. Internet sales were not a thing. Reaching people clear across the country was unheard of. So I signed up. Well, rumor got around to town that I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and somebody asked me if I'd do a party. I was really scared, but I thought, okay, fine, I will. And so I did it. And that party booked some parties, and that party booked some parties. And the next thing I knew, I earned a trip to Panama Canal, a cruise to the Panama Canal. So, wow. It's kind of a whirlwind when I actually think about it. You know, 2003 is when I signed up. I earned my first trip, I think, in 2006, and I've earned every trip since then. So, anyway, there's a little backstory for you about how Barb became a demonstrator. And, yeah, so if you have any questions or are interested in becoming a demonstrator, let me know, because I am happy to help you, and I would love for you to join my team. All right, so let's get on to the prizes from last week. So as you guys know, I love it when you share my video, so please share the video, because when you do share it, you get entered in the drawing for all of the projects that I make. And last week, I made these 3 projects. We had this amazing card with the Painted Seasons stamp set. We have this one, I Know Teresa. Can you believe that? If I wouldn't have gone to that party, we would not be here today on Facebook Live. The teapot card, gift card holder. And then the last card was this Miss You card with the amazing country floral folder, and then the well-written framelits there. So the winner of these cards is Deb Dietrich. I believe that's how you say that. Dietrich? I think it's Dietrich. Anyways, so Deb, please Facebook message me your address so that I can get these cards out into the mail to you, because I don't know you, so I need your address. Next, for commenting, please leave your comments. Please ask me questions. I'm happy to answer them if I can't get to them live, because I don't always see all your comments as I'm stamping and whatever, because I'm trying to stamp and I can't multitask all the time. So comment, leave your comments, whatever. The winner of this week's, what is this? These are the Tea Room Copper Vinyl Stickers, and Donna Wilson is the winner of these stickers. So Donna, go ahead and, or no, actually, Donna is one of my local people here, so I know who she is, so I don't need any information from Donna. And then the last thing is for ordering from me. So all the people that ordered last week, between last Wednesday and last Thursday night and yesterday. My brain is just foggy still, sorry. And I picked Angela, Biro or Biro. I don't know how to say your last name, Angela. I'm sorry. So I do have Angela's information, so I will go ahead and get these out to her because she ordered from me, so I have her information readily available to me. Speaking of ordering, if you order from me this month and spend $75, I have these free little dots for you. Hello, Mary, and hello, Charlene. And I know, Linda, I love that card too. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to see some of those comments. Okay, now this week for commenting, I have a package of the craft pillow boxes. These are really cute, so this will be for commenting. For ordering, I have a set of the Petal Pear embossing folders. These are the kind of skinny ones that are about 2 inches long. No, 2 inches wide. They're a lot longer than 2 inches, otherwise they wouldn't work. Excuse me. And then, of course, for sharing the video, you'll be putting the drawing for the projects that I make today. And since I only have a couple projects for you, I'll throw in something else. I'll throw in this. Because I showed you guys last week how I took the painted, where is it? The Painted Seasons stamp set, and I made my own designer series paper on a full sheet of Whisper White cardstock, and then I cut it up. Well, this is one of the cards that I did make with it using our new label punch. So I'll throw this card in with the other 2 projects that I have for you today. So that will be for the sharing for next week. Okay, I'm going to put these prizes over there. I think that everything is, I think I told you everything, did I? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so I'm going to flip the camera around and put my glasses on, get my chair out of the way, and we will get to a little stamping here. Hello, Roseanne, and hello, Janine. Okay, my chair. Okay, and this is going to bug me if this is not straight. So I don't know if it bugs anyone else, but it bugs me. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit. And I'm going to zoom in just a tiny bit because I know that sometimes you can't always see what I'm doing if it's too far away. So, all right. So here's my host code for the month, and we'll just leave that alone. So the first thing I'm going to bring in is, oh, I have a couple things I want to show you. I have a video coming out on this card. It's not this exact card, but it's a card very similar to this. It's called a tunnel card. Isn't that fun? So yes, I've got a video coming out probably next week showing you how to make a tunnel card. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you're on my VIP Facebook page, and to become a VIP, to join my VIP Facebook page, all you have to do is place an order with me in my online store, and then that will get you an invite to my VIP group. And every week I try to do an exclusive video for them that I don't do the video anywhere else. And so this week we're going to do a video on these cards here with that new folder. And look at that. So yay, VIPs, be looking for that coming up this week, or this weekend, probably tomorrow. I'll try to get that done tomorrow. Because Saturday I have a card buffet class. So if you're local and you're watching and you want to come to my card buffet class on Saturday, let me know. Okay. So we are going to be using the Lasting Lily stamp set for this card because I love it. And before we actually make the card, I just want to show you a few samples that I have gotten in some swaps. So here is one. I just think that's really cool how they used this little blotchy stamp all around the edges there. And then here is a happy birthday card using our note cards and envelopes. Hello, Bridget, and hello, Pam. Hello, Roseanne. And here's another one. I thought this was really pretty. Here's that yummy Calypso Coral ribbon. Here is another one that uses the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. And this one here got a little bit of distressing around the edges of that subtle folder. And then this one, love that, all those rectangles. And this is the Fleur de Flamingo. Oh my gosh, my hands are so dry. Oh, how embarrassing. I'm so sorry. You have to watch my hands. And then this one here, excuse me, is another one that I got. So we're going to be making one today. And it's actually a super simple card that you could actually make a lot of very quickly. So hopefully you'll enjoy a quick one. Okay, we need some ribbon, and we got some cardstock, and we need some stamps. Okay, so aren't these beautiful? They're stained berry burst. I love it. Okay. And then we have, so this large block here, I actually put both of the stems on it because I figured out where I wanted them to be, and I've just got them on the same block, just make it easier. And then we've got the leaf stamp and the blooms. Okay, so this piece here, I think is 3.5. No, I lied. It's 3.25 by 4.5. Yes, 3.25 by 4.5, and then this is like 3 3/8. My gosh, this ruler is the worst. I'll get a different one. Whew, sorry about that bouncing around. All right, let's get one we can actually read. Okay, yeah, like 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. Okay, so these are obviously going to layer together. Okay, so I need a piece of scratch paper so I don't make a mess of my beautiful grid paper here that Stampin' Up! Has. We had this at our onstage event in November at our tables, and it was so pretty, and Stampin' Up! Had some extras, so as demonstrators we were able to order some of the extras, so yay. Another perk of being a demonstrator. Alright, so we're going to ink up the stems in Mossy Meadow. And I need to find my card so I know what I'm doing here. Okay, that's what I thought. And I'm going to stamp that like right down here at the bottom. Like that. And then I've got this fun leaf. And now you may be wondering why I didn't just add the leaf on this block with the stems. And I tried that, but you can't get them close enough together where there's not a gap. And I didn't want there to be a gap, so I want the leaf to actually like be touching the stem. So that's what we're doing. So I'll just line that up. Oh, I think I need to push this up into the frame a little bit more. Sorry, guys. Let me move my host code over here. Okay. Now can we see? Yes. Okay, so we have our leaves. We have our stems. We are done with this. Oh, I need some black too. And then let me bring in my, this is Berry Burst. This is actually one of the in colors that's going to be retiring at the end of this catalog year. So in the end of like June 2nd or something like that, it'll be retiring. Anyway, this stamp set is one of our distinctive stamps. And so what that means is they have taken a photograph of this flower, and they have turned it into a stamp. And they have a process that they have patent pending that actually creates the you can see the different opacities here in the rubber, not the rubber, in the photopolymer, which is actually super cool. And so you can see how when you lay that ink down, it leaves light spots and dark spots, which is really cool. All right, I'm stamping these just to test them because I want to make sure. Yeah, I need to add a little bit more ink to this one. And I could and maybe should be using a foam mat, but typically when I stamp on my hard table here, I don't have any problems. So there we have our gorgeous lilies. And then I have a sentiment from the stamp set it says with sympathy. And now this stamp set is free with a $100 order during celebration. I think I just re-inked this pad, so that might not be the one that I want to use. Let's see. Because I have another one. So I'm going to clean this off with my chamois. In there. Okay. And we are going to, yeah, I got some ink pooling on that one since I just re-inked it, so we're going to use this pad instead. Okay. I think that's going to be better. Yes. You know how it is. You re-ink them because you have to sometimes. But then sometimes if they're a little bit too inky, then it's not so great. Okay. So then I'm going to close this ink up so I don't make a mess, because I'm kind of sloppy. So there you go. Okay, so this is going to layer onto this. Let me get my snail in here. Okay. So if you guys are interested in the Berry Burst, or the Lemon Lime Twist, or the Powder Pink, or the Tranquil Tide, or the, Fresh Fig, then get those items. Now is a good time because you get free celebration rewards when you order those things. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap some ribbon around here, but I like to cheat because I like my ribbon knots and bows, excuse me, ribbon knots and bows to be kind of tight when I wrap them around layers. So I like to tie them around something else first. So this gets me a really nice knot every time. So I just wrap it around a bottle. This is an empty bottle of our Stampin' Mist cleaner. And so I'm just going to tie myself a little knot here. And then, oops, is that going to work out? Okay, yeah, I think it did. Sometimes they work out, you know, sometimes not, you know, I don't like that. We're going to do that again. Sometimes it just depends on how they lay, whether they look the right way or not. And that did not. So we're going to try that again. Okay. Here we go again. Ribbon cheating 101 with Barb. Alright, so tie it around a bottle. Try to get it so like it lays kind of flat right there in the center. Okay, there, that is so much better. You see how lovely that is? Nice flat knot right there. Okay, so I actually want the knot to be about right. Is that where I want it? Yes. So I'm going to slide this over and snip it off. And then I'm going to add some Scotch tape to the back with my little ends here. About right there, I think, is where I want that. Okay. And then we'll pull it over to this side here. And we'll get that done. All right, so then we have a nice tight knot that's not all floppy on the paper because I just can't stand that. And it looks good. Okay, so then we're just going to fold our Mossy Meadow cardstock in half. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and folding it in half. And then we can just add some dimensionals to the back of this thing here. Oops, got stuck on my finger. Okay, peel off the backings. Did I mention how dry my hands are? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I finally got up the strength to actually take a shower yesterday, which was quite necessary. So I'm clean, but I just didn't have enough lotion on, apparently. Okay, so here is card number 1. I hope you guys liked that. I think it's super easy, but I just think it's beautiful. I love the Berry Burst with the Mossy Meadow. I just think it's a great combination. So, all right, so let me bring in my Stampin' Chamois here really quick before I put these away, because I don't want them to get on anything else in the bucket. And the Mossy Meadow, and Mossy Meadow here. All right, thanks guys, I appreciate that very much. Okay, so now our next card is actually kind of, I'm going to case myself again. I made a card like this a couple weeks ago for you guys, like the layout is going to be the same. But I find that a lot of times you can use the same layout over and over and over, and why not? You know, if you find a layout that you like and that works, use it and abuse it. Then you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you try to stamp. So when you're ill, it's the perfect time to do this. So we are going to use the Flowering Desert stamp set, which I just actually got, so I really didn't ink it up until this morning. So, and then we're also going to use the More Than Words. This is a new stamp set that'll be available March 1st, along with a fun new punch that I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. The fun new punch. So this punch is designed to kind of fit most of these sentiments in here. This is a fun new shape. In fact, I showed it to you guys earlier. This card here. This card here uses the shape, the story label punch. So that's fun. And this sentiment, along with all the coordinating framelits to the Lily set that we just used. The Painted Seasons is going to have a coordinating die set. The So Happy Together is going to have a coordinating die set. And the Hello Cupcake is going to have a coordinating die set. So all 6 of those items will be available March 1st for you to purchase. But if you decide to join and become a demonstrator, right now you can add those things to your starter kit now instead of waiting until March. So there you go. Just a little information for you. Okay, so we have some paper here. We have a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of black, 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white, 1 1/2 by 4 1/2 piece of Granny Apple Green, a 1 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece of the Botanical Butterfly paper, which is a celebration reward right now. Grab it here. And so it has all these patterns of paper. So all of the papers have a black and white side, and then they all have a colorful side as well. And so we're using the checked here on this. All right, so we're actually going to use the checkered side, like I said. And then we're going to use this delicious reversible Calypso, no. Coastal Cabana Granny Apple Green reversible ribbon. It's so pretty. Yes, Brenda, I know. Isn't it fun? I'm excited to start inking this up. Okay, so we've got a couple of ink colors. We've got some Bermuda Bay. We've got some Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana. What else do we have here? Okay, we have a scrap of Coastal Cabana. And I think that's it. Then we need to find some stamps. Bring in our stamps here. No, there's nothing on that block. Why would I even have that? Who knows? Okay. I need some more room. I need to get rid of some stuff. Get rid of that. We can move these stamps out of the way. Okay, so first thing first, and you guys may recognize this layout when I start folding this card. So like I said, it's 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it in half at 5 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and just fold that in half right now. Burnish it down. And then I scored it at 3/4 of an inch from this edge. And we're going to lay that back. Okay. Now on the previous cards, I've torn this little edge off, but this time I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something different. So I'm going to bring in my decorative ribbon border punch. Say that 6 times fast. And we're going to give ourselves a little fun border here. So I'm going to start with my first punch. And then you see as I like move it along, push it through, the blue is going to cover all this light area here, and all I'm going to be able to see is the silver poking through. And that's when I know that it's lined up and it's ready to punch again. And so then I'm going to slide it up again, line that up, so all I see is silver, and punch again. So then I have this fun little strip here. And I'm going to snip that off. This little piece right here is what I need. And so I'm going to glue this underneath the black so that I'm going to have a tiny little bit of that little ribbon border kind of showing. So let me see. What do I want to do? I'll just use snail. That's fine. So we'll just run some snail along the edge here. And then I'm going to bring in a little matte, silicone mat, so that if I have any adhesive that isn't going to get stuck on my beautiful paper. I'm trying to keep this paper nice because it's so pretty. Okay, and then we'll just trim off the excess pieces there. And so that way we'll just have this fun little edge poking out. All right, so then we're going to take the strip here of Desire Series paper, and I'm going to add that to the Granny Apple Green. And so the DSP is 1 1/4 and the Granny Apple Green is 1 1/2. And then they're both 4 1/2 inches long. So then we're just going to lay those across the center. Oh, but you know what I'm going to do first? First things first, I'm going to take my 1/2 inch circle punch and I am going to snip out. So I'm going to try to line this up so it's in the middle. Does that look like it's in the middle? If I was to lay this over this grid, am I in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I think I need to go this way just a tad. Anyway, so you're just going to snip out just the tiniest little bit out of the fold line here because you want to create a hole. So you can see that little hole in there because that's where we're going to run some ribbon through. So we're going to go ahead and then add this little strip here. Also across the middle. So I'm going to use my grids here to line this up, and let's hope we can get it in the middle. That's not in the middle. Did I even not get that in the middle? Ugh, I did this last time. I don't know what my deal is. I couldn't get that. I need to do that again. How about that? Jeez Louise. Am I looking through sick eyes? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, we're going to go with this. Okay. And then I need to glue this flap down. So I'm going to use some liquid glue just because it's going to be one of those things where it's not going to want to stay down. There's going to be some resistance on it. But I want it to stay down, so I'm going to use my liquid glue. So isn't that just so fun so far? I just love that. Okay. Then we're going to take the ribbon and we're going to slide it. Actually, I want the blue side to show. So we're going to run that through the hole. If I can even see what I'm doing. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. And we're going to try to tie a nice tight knot here at this edge. So here we go again with our little bow knot. Get that tied. And this I'm going to do a twist with because I want the green side to show on my ends. Alright, there we go. Snip that off. Now, here's a little cheater for you guys. If you get this tied and you're like, oh, it's not tight enough, I'm so annoyed, because nothing is worse than a floppy ribbon, right? All you have to do is slice your ribbon in half and then just tape the two ends. And we might end up doing that because it does feel a little bit floppy and that's not going to make me happy. But I want to get my stuff stamped here. So we're going to put this aside just for the moment while we do some stamping. I'm going to bring in my scrap piece of paper again. And this is going to be the inside of my card. So I have this fun stamp that says wishes on it. And it's really big and bold. And I thought, how much fun would that be if we made it two-toned? So let's just try this. So I am going to take my pad and I'm going to take my word. And you can see I kind of have it diagonally on the pad. So I'm getting like diagonal granny apple green. Okay. Then I'm going to open up my Coastal Cabana. I'm going to turn my stamp and I'm going to get the other diagonal in Coastal Cabana. Okay. Oops, I think I missed a tiny little bit right there. But to make sure that this blends nicely, I'm just going to kind of pat my finger on it right where the lines meet. And we're going to huff on it. I'm the only one down here, so no one else is going to get sick. Now we're going to stamp wishes right here on the inside. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So it's kind of like an ombre-ish wishes, which I think is pretty neat. So let me get my Stampin' Chamois back in here because I now have ink on my finger and that's bad. Since I was just blending the ink with my finger. So isn't that pretty? Ooh, I even have an ombre finger now. You guys are jealous, I'm sure you are. Okay, so then I'm also going to stamp a couple of little cacti. I'm not really sure what the term is. I think it's cacti. I'm on the corner because this is going to show through from the front. So we've got the large piece here. We'll stamp in the granny apple green. And then we have this little guy here who's also going to be granny apple green on the edge. And then we have a little tiny flower. Oh, whoops, I'm inking it up in Coastal Cabana, which is off camera, sorry. And that's going to be right here at the top. So that's our inside piece. Then for our outside piece, I have a circle somewhere. Here we go. Here is a circle that I cut out with the Layering Circles framelits, and this is a circle number 6. So if you start from the inside, go out to 6. That's the one you're going to get. All right, so now we need our large cactus here. So I don't need the whole thing inked. I just need enough to cover the circle here. So, but I want to make sure that I can get the little flowers at the top. So we're going to try this. That looked pretty good. All right, so then we're going to use Bermuda Bay. Ink up our little flower here. And I'm going to put this one right at the top. Like that. And then without re-inking it, I'm going to stamp the little guy over here. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Stamp it off. And stamp that right there. So that's what I have so far. And then I have this little fun stamp. Where's my case? It's hard to see. This little guy right here, I just thought was kind of a fun little accent piece. And I'm going to use some Coastal Cabana. Stamp it off. And I'm going to add just a little bit right here around the large guy here. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to add our sentiment to this little circle. And I'm going to use black. So I'm going to bring that same memento pad in that I used on the last card because it's not too juicy. And this is another stamp in that same greeting set. And we're going to stamp birthday right across our old cactus friend here. Like that. Okay, so now we can just put everything together. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way so we can do some more assembly. All right, so this is going to go in the middle. So we'll bring that in. Whoops, don't put it in upside down. So we're going to put that about like so. Oh, super cute. You can see how not tight my ribbon is, and that does not make me happy at all. So we're going to figure out where we're going to put this. It's going to be about right there, so we're good. So we're going to snip this, and we're going to make it so it's tight, because I cannot stand a floppy ribbon. And no one's going to see this, because it's hiding underneath our sentiment piece. So we'll just get that where we want it. Pull it tight. Tape it down. Get another little piece of tape. And then pull this piece from the middle. You can see there's not a whole bunch that's overlapping there, but it's enough that it makes it floppy, and I don't like it. Okay, so then I've got a couple of dimensionals here. So we're going to straddle our ribbon with dimensionals. Like so. About there, I think. And now I'm going to manipulate this ribbon just a tiny bit more, and then I'm going to snip this off. And snip this off. And there we have it. So here it is, done. I hope you guys like it. I think it's adorable. And let me show you when I say I cased myself. This is a card that I made a couple weeks ago for you guys. Exact same layout, everything, except I used the Wonderful Romance set. And then this is where a card that oh my gosh, his googly eye is coming off. That just cannot happen because the googly eye needs to stay on there. Okay. This is the first one that I made back in December when when demonstrators were first able to order Celebration items, was this card here. And so now I have 3 cards, all that use the same layout. So like I said, definitely recycle those things, because once you find one that you like and that's fun, just keep using it. Use it and use it and use it, because, you know, you're probably not sending the exact same card to the exact same person, so no one's going to know that you've done that. And even if they did, who cares? So I hope you guys like that. I think it's pretty fun. I love the color combination and all that good jazz. And then the next thing I want to show you guys is, what did I do with it? Here it is. some of you, I'm sure, are Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So when you get your kit this month, it's designed to make more succulents, cactus type things, which is super fun. So it's designed to make 9 cards, 3 of each of these. We've got this one here, and this one here. And then every month, I like to make some alternative projects in case, you know, if you're a person that doesn't like what Stampin' Up! Has designed the kits for, I try to make some other cards. So I made these 2 this month. So there's a nice cup stamp set, stamped image. What am I? Gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying, you guys. I'm so sorry. I think I've gotten medicine-induced brain right now. But this little cup with this succulent in it is so cute, I thought. So I made this card here, and then I made this one here using one of those same pieces that they have in the kit, but then I just did something different with it just because. And then I added a little stamped image back there, some of those fun little dots. And now, just in case you didn't know, next month in March, Stampin' Up! And Paper Pumpkin is turning 6 years old. Can you even believe that? Paper Pumpkin's been around for 6 years. I have been a subscriber every single month since they started. I have received 72 Paper Pumpkin kits over the course of my over the course of the 6 years. So it's super exciting. And actually next month, if you are a subscriber or you decide to sign up, we're going to get a free stamp set in the kit. So everyone that is a subscriber will get a free stamp set in addition to like everything else that comes in your kit. So it's not this kit. I don't know what it looks like. They haven't told us yet. So that'll be the March kit. You'll have to be signed up by March 10th, as the kits will start shipping on March 11th. So keep that in mind if you're interested in that. And if you're just joining me, coming up later, I think in about 3 or 4 days, I'm going to have a video on my blog for this tunnel card here. Not this exact same, with this exact same paper and stuff, but the basic layout of a tunnel card. So I'm going to show you how to make these because they are super fun. Yes, aren't they though? So we've got that coming up. Next week, we'll be live again, same time, same place. And like I said, I haven't been feeling that great, you guys, so I didn't get as many projects done for this as I wanted to, so I've got the 2 here to show you. Remember, if you share my video, you go in the drawing to win these 2 cards, plus my bonus card, which I can't find right now because, oh, I just did find it. Yay. There you go. So you'll have 3 cards that you will win. Share the video. Leave your comments if you want to be entered in the drawing for free stuff. Place your orders with me at shoppingwithbarb.com. I didn't really see any questions that I needed to answer. I don't think so. If I did not check your question, I will definitely go through the comments after the fact and answer it for you if I can. So thanks so much, you guys, for joining me. I appreciate it very much, and I hope you guys all have a great week. Bye-bye.